Hey guys, hey. So today I'm sharing a very just kind of simple look with you guys. I didn't want to do anything that was really fussy or do anything that was going to be very complicated. So here we are prepping the eyes. My eyebrows are already done. They have been cleaned up. And I'm just putting a little bit of primer on my eyes, guys. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. And this has kind of just been my go-to when it comes to priming my lids and getting them ready for those shadows. Always, I've been told that I have a lot of parking space on my eyes to put shadows and lay them down. I'm just going over my eyes with my NYX HD Banana Powder. You guys have seen me use that like a gazillion times. So I'm just giving my eyes a little bit of that banana powder, just so that my eyeshadows are not going to be skipping, or they're going to be really sketchy, so they're going very smooth and don't have any patchy spots. So here I'm going in with my Tarte Princess palette, and I'm going into a color called Angle, which is a pretty standard color. I've used this palette, which it was a gift from a student. And guys, this is a high-end palette, and I want to say it is retailing for $45, which is a very high-end palette, but it is very versatile. I bought this with a gift card. You can use this to bronze with, or you can also use this like I'm using it in the crease. So I'm actually using an old brush that I have gotten out of one of my Profusion cosmetic eyeshadow palettes. And so Profusion has done a great job with putting really good brushes or quality brushes into their eyeshadow palettes. They have put really good brushes on both sides. It's a double-ended brush, which I really like because it serves a purpose. And I definitely like versatile brushes that I don't have to, you know, just buy all of those different types of brushes. So less is more. So I'm going into these three colors here in the Chocolates palette by Profusion. And guys, in those three colors, if you don't own that Chocolates palette, what are you waiting for? But I own that palette, and I love it because it is such a it has some beautiful shimmers in there and some beautiful warm tones, which are some warm tone mattes that are just really gorgeous. And I'm just laying those three colors down on my lid. I wanted to keep my eyes as simple as possible because my lip is going to be, as you can tell in the intro, that my lip was very bold, but I definitely wanted to kind of keep my eyes as very, you know, low-key as I could. So I just used my fingers to put on those shimmer shades because I just find that my finger works a lot better than a brush. But if you use a brush, then, you know, use a brush. But I just find that for me, the shadows tend to just blend out better, especially those shimmer shades with my finger versus me using a brush. So you guys know my famous Flick Liner Stick by Makeup Revolution. This is their Flick Stick, and this is going for less than $10. I want to say it's $9. It has the best handle on it, the way I grip it, the best grip. It has such a smooth tip on it. It bends as you go along the eye, which I absolutely adore. And I've been using this. I have not switched to anything else. I know it's probably like so redundant at this point, but don't fix it if it's not broke. So I just absolutely love this. It's very black. It doesn't move. It lasts all day. I don't really know what else I can really say about it, but that is just so good. So I'm going back in with my Profusion brush, and I'm just making sure that everything is very seamless and that it looks like it goes together well. I don't want any of the colors to be patchy, or I don't want them to not have a blended look to them or a shading effect into my eyes. So I'm just making sure that I have all of that blended well and that everything is looking just really uniformed. So here I'm going in with my NYX Jet Black pencil, and guys, I love this because this is probably one of the easiest. I mean, just the formula on these NYX pencils are so good, so creamy, and they just don't budge. I've had a few friends ask me about the formula and the quality, just because sometimes they say their liquid, that liner at the bottom of their lid, bleeds a little bit. But here I'm gonna go in with my Milk Grip Hydro Grip Primer, and this stuff is really, really good. I was a little bit hesitant on trying this, but this was on a recommendation of another YouTuber, and so I decided to give this a try. Once again, I'm using a gift card, and also I'm trying the small trial size versus the bigger size, which is in the $30 range. So I'm giving this a try. If you don't like these type of gel watery type primers, then this is probably not going to be for you. I really like it. It dries down kind of tacky, but I will say it does create a very matte finish as far as your makeup and keeps it from getting too oily throughout the day. I just like the way it kind of sucks the makeup and just doesn't allow that high grease shine to kind of, you know, I guess I'm just trying to say it doesn't allow the shine to kind of break through. But the foundation that I've really been loving is this Covergirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This was a part of my top 10 drugstore favorites on my very last video that I posted. And this foundation probably has kept me the most matte. I'm probably gonna make this like my school foundation. I have enjoyed using this. It is very creamy. It's not a runny foundation. It's very lightweight. I absolutely adore this foundation. It is not very expensive at all. It is very inexpensive, and I can see myself purchasing this again and again and again. But I'm using my Tarte Kabuki brush, which I've had. Once again, this is a gift, and this is a high-end brush. But I'm using my brush to kind of just spread the makeup out evenly, the foundation. I never really go in with a beauty blender because that's just not the way I like the look that it gives me. So I prefer my brush. So here I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me in the color 355 Coconut. You guys know that I contour first with this. This also has a red undertone to it, which my skin does not have any red undertones. But I just love the look. This look that it gives once it's sheared out. As you can see, I'm using my Eco Tools brush, and it's a contour brush, and I just love how it shears out and it gives that really warm look to my cheeks. It contours my cheeks out really warm. But I don't just use this by itself. I make sure that I go in with my Black Radiance. You guys know I'm just love the Black Radiance because it's one of those bronzers that I've just found that have just been so good. And I'm taking this Black Radiance in the color called Cashew, and I purchased this at Walmart, and I just love the way that this warms me up. It really gives me that warm undertone. It bronzes me really well. It doesn't make me look too red. It just one of those kind of just perfect mediums. So I'm getting this hair back. I know I look a little different on some of my last videos. I had the passion twist, so you know, change is good, girls. Change is good. So I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. You guys know I use this quite a bit if I'm not using the Full Wear Concealer by L'Oreal. This is a very creamy concealer. I love it because it's not very drying. It goes on very nicely, very smoothly. It does a great job on my pores around my T-zone because I have bigger pores underneath my eyes there on my cheekbone area. And I just shear this out with a blender. This is not a beauty blender. This is actually an Eco Tools blender type. I bought this in the TJ Maxx haul. They were like 3 or 4 in a pack. I really love this a lot. If I can't get into the crevices of my face or any fine lines, then I go back in with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, and I just kind of hit those spots if I can't really get into the cracks and stuff. But I just love the way this shears out. I love how even it is, and I just love how it does a really good job of just hitting those areas that need to be hit. I always make sure that I go back and rebronze areas that should be rebronzed, but I just love the way this shears out. And see, I'm going in with that e.l.f. brush. Once again, this is another wonderful brush that I cannot say enough to at least give it a try. See, I'm touching that area again with my Black Radiance just to make sure that I look very even and that I don't have too many, my areas are not too bright. But here I'm going in with my favorite blush right now is the Anastasia, and this is in the color called Cocktail Party. And it's really, really bright, so be very careful with how much that you're putting on. You just need to dab in there just a little bit. I try not to overdo it with my blush. If I do, I just tend to go back into my translucent powder and tame it down a little bit. So I'm going to set my under eye area with my really, really nice collab translucent powder, and this is in the color Porcelain Ivory. This translucent powder is a little bit more on the high end, but it's really, really good. And I'm just kind of pressing that in and making sure that I set my under eye area. I'm trying not to make too many faces, because this is where I talk about in another video that I've already previously put out there about having flawless coverage foundation and just making sure your makeup is very flawless when you wear it throughout the day, and when you're setting that setting powder down so that it doesn't move and you get the most bang for your buck out of your makeup for the day. So here I'm going in with one of my fave mascaras, and this is the Wet n Wild Lengthening Mascara. It's in a purple tube, and it's a really good mascara. Don't go to bed with this mascara though on your eyelashes. It'll take them out. So I really like this mascara. It's very affordable. I purchased mine in Walmart, and I usually coat my lashes before I put on some false lashes. And I'm about to get ready to put some false lashes on, and I just want to make sure that my lashes have a good coat. And so there, now we have on our false lashes, and I'm dusting away all the collab powder just to get my face ready for the end of this makeup. So always go in with a big fluffy brush. I love this brush. I think that one was by Real Techniques. I have a few big fluffy brushes by Real Techniques. Here I'm going to hit below my waterline with the same colors that I put on the very lower lid. I always try to touch my waterline just to kind of beef out that color a little bit more. And I hit both waterlines, and then I kind of buff it out a little bit more. It just kind of adds something to the look. And I'm still using a Profusion brush, and that's why I say this is a very versatile brush. So here I'm going to hit my inner corners with a color right out of my the same Chocolates palette. They have the lighter shade in there. I'm going to hit my inner corner with it, and I just love the simplicity of this look. It does, you know, no justice if it doesn't have a little bit of inner corner highlight. I just absolutely adore it. I try not to forget this step just because it brings a lot of dimension and element to your eyes. I'll make sure that I link the lashes down below so that you know what lashes I'm using. I'm actually using some very glam lashes. I'm going back into my Anastasia to make sure that my cheeks have the right amount of color of the blush that I want. So I always go back, once my lashes are on, I always go back and I just go over that line just to make sure that it's right where I want it. And I also make sure my lashes are in place and they're not doing a lot of movement. I still think my eyes are very, very simple. Like I said, the lip is very bold, and this is Super Stay Matte Ink, and this is by Maybelline. I absolutely adore this plummy shade. It is very bright. If you don't like wearing bright colors, go with the color that you really, really like. I love this color. I don't mind wearing any bright lipsticks. I've always kind of gravitated to light or bright. this lipstick holds all day long. It will dry down very matte. So if you don't like matte lipsticks, then this is probably not for you. But I'll tell you this, you're gonna eat many meals and many kisses before this lipstick decides that it wants to move anywhere. So this is a long lasting matte ink lipstick or lip gloss. Okay guys, so I'm glad that you guys, I'm gonna touch my face a little bit with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 primer, and that's gonna set that makeup in place, and then I'll be able to, you know, keep that look for the rest of the day. I absolutely love the way this look came out. For those of you that may ask me questions about my hair, I think I kind of posted it on my Instagram story that I'm actually wearing a traditional sew-in. And my beautician, she's absolutely amazing. I'll try to link, if you're in the Houston area, I'll link her stuff down below so that you can visit with her. That hair has actually changed a little bit more, and I'm just adding a little bit of highlight. And guys, I'm actually using the Brick by Makeup Revolution, and that is I mentioned that before in my TJ Maxx haul. And you guys know I'm always happy that you can be with me here on this channel, that you get to keep up with me. I'm gonna make sure I stick to my 2 videos a week, even while school is going on, which is gonna probably kill me, but I definitely enjoy creating this content for you guys. And don't forget, if you are not a subscriber, get to delightfullystyle.com and subscribe. I'd love to have you over there. I love the way this look came out. Until my next video, I'll see you guys again soon.